Hey guys, Ryan here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of my favorite and some of the best jump spots slash hop ups in all of Warzone. Because the map is so big, this is going to be part one of a bigger series, but I'm also going to be breaking down how to do some of these hop ups because there's a very specific jump technique you need to know to be able to do a lot of hop ups on this map. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please leave a like, please consider subscribing, but I also just want to say thank you for watching this video and let's get into it. So as you saw at the beginning of this clip, I was able to get intel on this squad and get the advantage on them and break their plates by using a really good jump up. I'm going to be breaking that one down later in the Beachhead section, but now I want to show you this technique that I was talking about earlier in the video that you need to learn. So one of the major ways that you need to learn is to hop up on roofs like this. So many of the roofs and so many of the buildings on Caldera, you can jump up on them in these sneaky ways and get massive advantages in your gunfights if you learn how to do this jump. It's kind of tough though, because a lot of people want to jump really far out to the left and jump up, but what you have to do is you have to scoot to the farthest left point on the ledge that you can and then kind of jump just a little bit to the left and straight up, and then make sure you're just hitting the mantle button. It's super useful. One of the other key things after learning that is you just have to learn to be able to identify different spots to jump up here. Look at this. Right now you can see this building and you just have to be able to realize that you can make these types of jumps. I'm going to be showing the types of jumps like this for different areas in the background later in the video, but one of the key things is learning that technique I showed you just a little bit ago and then learning how to identify different jump spots. So having said that, we're going to begin here in fields. Fields covers a massive portion of the map and it also has some of the most interesting jump spots. So starting here, you're going to see this little one in this building. If you ever have people camping on the stairs just waiting for you, I would highly recommend to use this jump spot. Now, the key with this one is kind of using that similar jump technique I talked about earlier. If you just get right up on the ledge, get far out and jump up, it's super simple, it's super effective, and it's one of the best jump spots out there. So this second hop up is a little different than the other one I showed you because it involves getting up on the second floor in an interesting way. If you know there are people camping up there, this is what I'd 100% recommend to do almost all the time. It's just really simple. You're going to run up on the sledge and you're going to jump at the window, and this is going to allow you to get into the house, and this is such a better way to attack anyone who's camping in a building like this rather than trying to go up the stairs. So moving on from there, we're going to go into one of the houses that you're going to often find in the middle of fields. And as you can see, this requires doing a little jump technique. Oftentimes, a lot of people are going to go too far out, and that's what I wanted to show you there in the background. Try and jump more vertically, but don't go too close. It's finding that balance between going vertical and horizontal just a little bit. It's not the craziest jump spot, but it's super useful to know when you're battling out here in fields, and it's the same thing with this little hop up you're going to see here. And even after this one, I'm going to go right to the building to my left. I'm going to show you more hop ups there, and I could show you a hop up for almost all of these buildings. And that's something I want to get across. When you are playing, you have to be able to identify all of these different hop ups because everywhere here in fields, there are different hop ups you should be able to utilize. For example, if you know people are camping on the second floor and you want pretty easy kills, then do this simple hop up. Jump on this little pipe and boom, you can just get in the window, you can look in the window, but not only that, you can use this pipe to get onto the roof and then get onto the roof and look down on the people on the second floor. This little bit of knowledge about this pipe opens up so many different plays for you. I'm going to wrap up fields by showing you these last two jump spots here, and this one is really broken in my opinion. You just jump up on this roof and it gives you a massive advantage of almost anyone who's down in fields right here. Now, one of the key things about this is just making sure your back is clear, but this is an insane power position and can win you so many gunfights. This last one is one of my outright favorite hop ups to use in the entire game, and it's something you can probably utilize a lot, as if you're in this area, there's a lot of battles that happen here. So on this inside, as you know, there's two floors, and one of the main ways people go through is this door right here, and then they go up, they check the top, whatever. But a lot of people don't realize that these hay bales right here on the side, you can just hop up and you can even peek into the side from there without exposing yourself. Gives you full access into the top of the barn, and this is unbelievably powerful to have. So moving on from fields, we're going to do a kind of big section. There's going to be beachhead, docks, and resorts, and the reason why I'm doing this massive section of land is because they have very similar buildings and you can utilize a lot of the different jump spots in a lot of these different areas. This is the first one you saw from that video, and I'm going to also show you a different way to get on the building across the street. This is outright one of my favorite jump spots in the entire game, and it's just super effective because you're going to see this type of building a lot in Caldera. All you're going to really do is just go on that back little sandbag, hop up on the ledge, and keep going. You're going to see something similar here. You see this ledge, you're going to jump up on the right, and then this is going to give you access to the second floor. You can see all the windows, you can see everything. People underestimate this, but not only that, look right here. I don't see people use this enough. You can get an insane advantage on your opponents by just hopping up on places like this. And then on the look at, because I hopped up on that roof, I was able to snipe those guys, and they are not going to be peeking there. Oftentimes they're just going to be looking at the window. Same thing here. You can jump on these roofs extremely easy. You can do either from those crates, or you can just jump up there, and this is going to allow you to get a great angle on so many people in those two houses I just used jump spots on. So now I kind of want to move to this really big building here in Beachhead. A lot of people, they oftentimes don't know that to get to the top floor, you don't have to take the stairs on the far side of the building. You can just do this simple little hop up on this side, and there's other crates on the other side I'm going to show you in a little bit. This is super useful because this is going to allow you to instantly get to the top of this place if you need to get your teammates back, if you need to get free kills, whatever. So many people, they would, in that situation, if they were down below where I was, they would run across the entire building trying to take the stairs rather than just doing that simple hop up. So we're going to be moving down the side of the coast here, and this is just south of Beachhead, kind of in between docks and whatnot. And all of these tents have really simple hop-ups that you can do, which will make a massive difference in your play. Seriously guys, utilizing these will make a big difference in your gameplay. You're going to get more kills, you're going to get more wins, and you're just going to have a better time when you're actually utilizing these. So I want to move into this little village that is kind of right in between docks and beachhead, and it doesn't have a name, but it's a pretty big area in all honesty, and I've actually had a couple games end here, and I've spent a lot of time down here, and almost all of these houses, guys, you can get on. Pretty much every single one has a way for you to get on top of it. And as you can see from the background clips, because I got on top of that house, I'm able to get a super good line of sight on this guy that I wouldn't have had otherwise. The higher you are, the more intel you're going to get, and the better your gunfights are going to go. And look at this. Because I can use this insane line of sight and this head glitch, I'm going to get a free kill on this guy, even though he had the advantage on me earlier. But because when you are on the roof, you are almost always going to have the advantage. As I said before, there's almost always a way on the top of these houses, and I'm going to be making more videos on the different areas of the map, but I just wanted to keep it on this kind of area and kind of keeping it in similar parts of the map. I feel like Fields and Beachhead have a very similar vibe, and while the buildings are not exactly the same, there's a lot of kind of similar architecture, and a lot of the ways you want to use jump ups are very similar. I will say in Arsenal and Docks, for example, it is an entirely different type of hop ups, and that's what I plan to cover in the next video, the more urban areas. Capital, Arsenal, Docks are the next areas I plan to cover. And just to kind of wrap up here, I'm going to show you a couple more jump spots, but the interesting thing about these ones is each one has a different way of getting up to it. You have 3 different houses in a small area, and you're going to see a lot of these houses around. And the way to get up on the first one is you had to use a car. The way you're going to get up on the second one that I'm about to do is that interesting little jump technique I showed you earlier. It's just this nice little hop up that allows you to mount on things directly above you. And then when I move to this third house, I'm not going to use anything like that really. I'm going to use something similar, but I'm going to hop up on this wooden cart, and it's just a very simple hop up. But the point is I want to get across here is there's a lot of different ways you can go about these hop ups, so please keep that in mind. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been Ron. I hope you have a good day. Peace.